Hello
and welcome.
Welcome to this week's vlog.
Yeah, we have been cruising from Windsor Castle
all the way to Cookham.
Yeah, which is an absolutely gorgeous little village, isn't it?
Yeah, stunning place, stunning place.
Yeah, and the home to one of my favourite artists, Sir Stanley Spencer.
Yeah, you'll see as we end the video, we do a little piece to camera and we talk about some of the famous people that live here.
Lots.
And there's a lot of history in Cookham as well, isn't there?
There is, yeah. Even Henry VIII's holiday home was in Cookham.
Reported, yeah, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Yeah, whether that's actually true or not, we don't know. But the church was founded in 1140, which isn't bad because that's what, 20 minutes to 12. So for the rest of the afternoon, they probably built an abbey or something. I don't know. Maybe played football.
The village actually dates back to at least the Domesday Book.
Yeah, which is William the Conqueror's record of land, people, livestock. It's the first national census ever taken. It's got a bit of a sort of eerie reputation because it's called the Domesday Book, or the Domesday Book, I think it is, but it's got nothing to do with anything bad. It's just literally an accountant's dream. It's just someone who's been counted, every man, woman, child, strip of land and bit of livestock.
Yeah, so it was really interesting and a nice little wander around.
Indeed, yes.
Stayed there for a few days.
We did.
And then we moved on.
Oh, what was Cookham previously called? What was its old name?
Oh, Crookham.
Crookham, yeah.
Crookham.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
Don't know. Frogs, probably.
Frogs. That's what we think.
Okay.
Can we say a massive hello to Sharon White as well and her family, who we saw on the Thames Shepperton Lock, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were waiting to go to Shepperton Lock and they came out and waved on their Wyvern holiday boat.
And they were doing the River Thames anti-clockwise.
Yeah, so they were going the opposite direction to us.
Yeah.
So yes, it was nice to see them and give them a wave. So. Okay, fine. So the footage in this video will be us going from Windsor to Cookham. We must apologise. Towards the end of the video, you might see the glaring error that we get just about towards Cookham Lock, but we don't film anything through the lock, unfortunately, because
batteries went.
Yeah, camera stopped running. So, hey.
But we did get there, we promise.
By the magic of television and transportation, we do arrive there. Yeah, so. Okay, for Viewers Corner this week we've had 4 questions that have come in from Elliot Mitchell. He asked us a couple of weeks ago, but obviously we're trying to spread them out across the course of a couple of videos. The first question he asked was, how hot does it get on the boat? And, well...
the same as in a house, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when it gets too hot, you just open the windows.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's a metal tube, so that does heat up, but the insulation's good. And you can create a draft by opening the back and front and letting the air flow through. Evenings is probably the worst, because obviously you've got to shut the windows to keep the bugs out, and then it does get quite stuffy in here. And
the other thing is, you know, in a house you would normally have fans going, but because of battery power and everything else and looking after the batteries, we don't have the fans going, do we?
We don't.
On the boat. Which
brings us on to one of his other questions, which is, have we ever run out of electricity on the boat? He specifically mentioned halfway through a movie. We don't run out of electricity because I am anal to the point of being painful about checking the dials and the gauges.
I think anyone who's got a boat is exactly the same.
Yeah.
You're permanently looking to make sure that you've got enough power for the evening.
Yeah.
For when you need it.
And also we've got solar as well, 600 watts of solar, so on a sunny day that gives us all the energy that we need. So no, we've never run out of electricity. I'm sure there'll come a time when the batteries start to fade and we need to replace them, but at the moment they're running well, they're going strong, and we get all the energy that we need.
I suppose you have to have a look at power, really. We don't put the TV on till about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
No.
We do stay up quite late. We don't go to bed till normally 1 o'clock in the morning.
Some nights we don't watch the big TV, we watch the TV on the laptop, because it's just easy to do and uses less juice. So it's all about managing your power, basically making sure that you live to a routine. You have to plan ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, and the next question he asked was, and this is probably one for me because Julie never drives the boat, how easy is the boat to handle on the Thames and or on a river? Well, it's no less or more challenging, I suppose, depending on how fast the river's flowing. Generally speaking, if you're travelling upstream and you're mooring up, then you want to get your nose in first, because the nose, once it's pinned to the bank, the back end will swing back in because the flow of the river will push you in. Turning's really easy because you turn your nose into the flow of the tide and you start to turn naturally. It's really straightforward.
I think one thing that we've really noticed is that on a canal you've got overhanging trees, it's tighter when you're going past other boats. On the Thames you've got so much space.
Yeah, you've got more space than you need. I mean, you could turn almost everywhere on the Thames, just on a whim. Oh, there's a nice space, I'll turn. I became a bit of a master of a handbrake turn into a sort of parallel park, which did impress a few of the yoghurt pots, the cruisers that were there, because they've got front and bow, rear and front bow thrusters. And I tried not to use mine, so what we do is we did the big turn and then just let the river just basically slide us into the space that we were moving into. So yeah, it is easy to control on a river.
I think it's probably easier on a river as long as it's not in flood.
Yes.
And if it's in flood, you wouldn't be cruising anyway.
No, exactly. Exactly. And what was the last question?
So Elliot also asked us whether we felt isolated because we move around a lot. And the answer to that question is no. We probably don't move as much as all the other boat tubers out there. I know a lot of them move every day or every couple of days. And we try not to do that. We want to get to know the area and the people that we're with. So we tend to move every 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, we do. And we have made a lot of friends on the canal because, it's the nature of the lifestyle that you lead. It's a lot slower.
You're never travelling that far. So on a canal you may go, well, for us, maybe 2 to 4 miles.
Yeah.
And then we stop. And then we spend another 2 weeks in that area. So you very quickly get to know the boats. Most boats on the canal system aren't actually travelling that far. They may do their 21 miles, but that's about it. Not a lot of boats move a great distance. So in a 21-mile stretch, you're always passing by the boats that you've seen previously.
So in answer to your question, Elliot, yes, we do make a lot of friends on the canal, and we do find it quite a sociable place. But by the same token, you are in your own sphere once you've shut the doors on your boat, and you can isolate if you wish to. So the engine's on, we're just waiting for it to warm up, and today we're heading from Windsor, outside the shadow of the castle, to Cookham.
That side is Windsor Racecourse, and a private jetty there if you want to moor up. So we're going past Windsor Racecourse, which is on our left hand side. Eton is on our right hand side, and we're going to be coming up to our first lock. So just leaving the water point next to Bogney Weir. Just going to go the other side of the island to the lock, Bogney Lock. Their little studios at the bottom of the garden. I can see me in there, painting away. We've seen so far. It's huge. Just keeps going and going. This is Oakley Court Hotel, and according to our friends Mark and Darren, they do a fabulous gentleman's afternoon tea. Looks very posh, doesn't it?
Very, very posh. Too posh for the likes of us. Last time we came past it, there were people sat on the lawns taking their teas and eating their cakes, and we went past eating tuna fish sandwiches in tin foil. Yeah. So, if anyone out there thinks we're posh, we're definitely not. If anyone out there doesn't think we're posh, why not? For any Hammer horror fans out there, we're going to be coming round the corner to Bray Studios, which is where the Hammer horror films were made. The Satanic Rites of Dracula and all those great movies. So if you're a Hammer horror fan, keep watching.
So there's the studios.
You just make out the tiny little Gothic or arches and turrets. Unfortunately, the rest of it is shrouded in canopies. I'm assuming that they're converting it into flats or something. That there is where the Hammer brand was born. Those
nice ones.
Obviously Millionaire's Row.
Isn't it just? So this is coming up to Maidenhead.
It's like Beverly Hills.
Well, I think any of them would do. I was getting it for nothing. Imagine all the cleaning. So we're just about to go under a bridge, aren't we?
We are indeed.
Who built it?
Isambard Kingdom Brunel.
And what's it called?
It's called the Great Western Railway.
No, it isn't. It's called the Sounding Arch.
It's called the Sounding Arch, and it's the largest brick single span arch in the world at 123 feet per arch, which when you consider it was built way back in the Victorian era, that's pretty impressive, because no one's bettered it since.
It's also the widest and lowest arch as well, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll see it. It's really, really unusual because it almost doesn't look possible that it could be that big and low.
So unfortunately it's got a bit of graffiti on it.
Yeah, as everything has these days.
Wow, you should see the houses we are going by, Mark, behind you.
Wow.
I think I'd live in the boathouse.
Look at that. That's like the sort of house the monsters would live in. The creepy and the gooky and the spooky. That's the Addams Family. Red kite.
Just love a red kite. White Arch will be the third one, and it'll be surrounded by the trees. I had to take my hand off the camera to wave. Here we go, under we go.
Supposed to echo?
Didn't really,
that was rubbish. It's hardly the Whispering Gallery at St Paul's Cathedral, was it?
up ahead is Clevedon House, which looks absolutely stunning. I'm sat on a tomato plant.
Yeah, not ideal.
That's never been said before, has it?
No.
So Cookham is quite well known for the artists living here, Sir Stanley Spencer, who is one of my favourite artists.
Yep.
Along with a whole host of famous people and artists as well.
Indeed. If you're American, you might not know some of them because some of them are sort of British TV celebrities, but
Yeah.
there's everyone from, I think it's Ulrika Johnson to Ross
Kemp lives here.
from EastEnders fame.
Timmy Mallet.
Yeah,
Can
Timmy
you remember
Mallet.
Timmy
Wackaday.
Mallet? Yeah. Yeah, also Steve
Backshaw. The adventure man who goes on wild adventures in the jungle and so on.
Yeah. And Diana Dawes.
So that's just to name a few. There are a lot more.
Yeah.
Chris Rea, I think, lives
I
nearby.
believe so.
Thank you for watching.
And if you liked the video, if you can give it a thumbs up.
And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing really helps us with the algorithms, etc. If you do subscribe, don't forget to click the bell icon. That gives you notifications every time we send a new video or put up a new video. You get notification to say the video's there.
And we would love to hear your comments.
Yes, we would, especially if you're planning on travelling on the Thames, or if you've been on the Thames, then we'd love to hear your experience.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.